When I tell you that this is so important because I see people doing this every single day, and you see people doing this every single day. You see people around you doing this. You see people in your family doing this. You've seen your friends do this throughout your life. And you've done this yourself, and I've done this I myself and had to change this. Stop living from a victim narrative. The story you're telling yourself. This is what I want to talk about. The narrative that you're living from. Are you living from a victim narrative? Or are you living from a victor narrative? I'm going to ask you this question. If this part of your life was a chapter in a book, right? How would you define it? Struggle, depression, hardship, challenges? Or would you define this chapter in your life as overcoming, transformation, development, training, becoming, higher self, influence, inspiration, motivation, I got up? How would you define this chapter of your life if it was within a book? That is how you know if you are within a victim narrative or you're within a victor narrative. Where you start to see things as, yo, everything is against me and everything is not going my way. I'm losing. Or, yo, this was an experience. This was a lesson. Yo, this is what I learned from this. This is what this situation taught me. I can use this story and give this story to someone else and inspire them. You know what? I got through this. I didn't die. I think at the end of the day, if you want to take it to the base level of why you should be grateful and why it shouldn't be a victim narrative, but a victor narrative, you are still alive to even listen to me. Give this message and share this message out into the universe. You are here to listen to this message. It's here for a reason. You are here for a reason. You are listening to this for a reason. Remember that this is all for the divine design. You are in a victor narrative. You can decide right now, and you do decide right now, that you are not living from a victim narrative. You are not blaming anyone for yourself. You are not blaming anyone but yourself. Even if there are external circumstances, you know why? Because once you blame something else, you give that your power. But once you take responsibility, which is your response ability, into yourself, that is how you gain power. Taking accountability for your life is how you gain power. That is how you become a victor in your life. That is how you become the champion of your story. That is how you define this chapter. You define this chapter by overcoming. You define this chapter with development. You define this chapter with lessons. You define this chapter as, this is the year I made it. This is the time I learned this and I applied this. This is the year when I started sharing my story and started influencing people and inspiring people and motivating people. This is the year. This is the chapter where I did it. And this is the chapter where you did it. This is the chapter where you defined yourself. Change the narrative. Go from a victim narrative to a victor narrative. You got this. Bless. This is Reverend Raw.